Hello and welcome. Today I'm so excited to share with you the new Hermes lipsticks. So we have 3 limited edition shades. This is for spring summer 2025, and then I picked up 3 of the new permanent lipsticks as well. So we're going to talk about all of those, and we also have a ton of comparison swatches. And I have to say, the formula might not be as new as you think. So we're going to get to that. And then I also have a portion of the video that will be sponsored by Ideal. We're going to talk a little bit about one of my favorite jewelry brands. So you've probably seen me wear them quite a bit. And I do have a video featuring them from a while back in the fall. So I'll leave that link down below. Let's start off with the lipstick swatches. All right, so I put one back in the box just so you can see how it comes packaged. Just like the other lipsticks that we've had from Hermes, we have our little Hermes push-through box. And then there's a little difference in the canvas bags that it comes in. So the limited edition shades have this orange bag, whereas the permanent shades come with a red canvas bag. So just a little difference there. This one here, I mean, look at the stunning packaging. All of our limited edition packaging here is going to be very shiny and bright. It sparkles in the sun. This is number 4, Brilliant Beige Halo. And I love the shade. This has a bit of shimmer. It's a little bit of a soft, almost like a soft peachy nude. Touch of rose in it, but I have to say it's stunning. You can use it as a topper or just on its own. I really like this shade. This is the first shade that I wore, actually. This is the one I put on immediately. Next we have 28 in Orange Flash, and you can see this is going to be a bright orange here, kind of like a neon orange, and you can see that Beige Halo has shimmer, but Orange Flash does not. It just has a sheen to it, but there's no actual like glitter or anything like that in there. However, Beige Halo does have very finely milled shimmer. 30 Rose Gelatin. This is what's on my lips right now. I love this shade. I mean, this was a must-have for me. This one, just like Orange Flash, does not have any shimmer in it. And this would be our limited edition. So let's just take a look at the packaging for the 3 of these real quickly. So we've got Beige Halo with kind of like a coppery orange and a blue purple. And then we have the, here, let's go with the Orange Flash next, which is going to be a bright yellow with more of a powder blue. And then our Rose Gelatin has orange and teal, or aqua teal. So I think they are stunning. Now for the permanent, we do have our same color story that we have on the permanent lipsticks in the other finishes. The biggest difference with all of these is because the formula is so soft, they went with slim style packaging, which personally I think was a very smart move. And this one here is 16 Beige Tan, and I love this shade as well. This is definitely one of my favorite, like barely there lipstick shades. I mean, this is essentially more of like a tinted lip balm, but you can see that this is going to be a cool brown nude. And it's so hard to find one that has a cool undertone. Beige Tan does it. I love it. 41 Rose Hacienda. This one is actually slightly warmer than I thought from the photos, but it's a nice, kind of like a bright watermelon pink. And so we do have those warm undertones in there, but I think it's nicely balanced, and it's very, you can put this on very sheerly or build this up a little bit more. I think it's just a really beautiful watermelon pink. And then 48 Rose Boisé. Sadie hair already. And I have to say, this one here is probably going to be my most used. This one or Beige Halo or Beige Tan, just because they're like lighter and I can use these 2 as toppers. But the Rose Boisé, it's like that perfect rosy nude. I love that shade. I mean, that's kind of what I've been looking for, and so happy with this. So I know this is going to be a go-to for me. Before we move on to the demos and details, let's take a quick look at the Ideal jewelry. And I have to say, the reason I really love this brand, we've got so many reasons. Let's take a look at the clips. Now, if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I absolutely love jewelry, in particular earrings. Earrings are kind of like my thing. When I was a young child, it was how I showed my personality. I was very shy, and I would wear big bold earrings. I went to private school when I was really young, and it was like the only thing I could do to show my personality that wasn't against our dress code. So, with the uniform and everything, that was it. So I've always been really into earrings, and I love fine jewelry, but I love to be able to change things up as well. So You know, one of the reasons I love IDYL is because we have so much versatility in its pieces. And what I'm showing you first is the Billy. And you know, I really love the way they sell these because you can purchase these individually, you can purchase them with or without the diamond studs. And these can actually, you can use these to put on your own earrings. So you can see I've got them with some black pearls. I've got them with some blue topaz earrings. And I love how I can mix and match these to kind of change up some of the earrings I already have in my collection. Another thing that's great, I'm wearing the Solo 3 necklace, and you can add the Billy to this chain. So again, it's just another piece that's very versatile, so you can change up your look without having a bunch of pieces. One of my goals this year is really to create more of a capsule collection of jewelry, and IDYL is really the ideal way to do it. The pun was not intended, but it did work out there. My newest gift from IDYL is the Oh No. So I have a pair of Oh No. These are add-ons for the earrings. So I can just add them on to my stud. And what I really like about these is I can add them on in the front. So they create a circle, which, you know, it actually kind of reminds me a little bit of a wreath. I think it's great for festive occasions. But I can also add the circlet part behind my ear. So put the stud in, then I put the circle behind it. And it almost looks a little bit like an ear cuff, but it's just like an added piece of interest there. So I think that's really stunning. I really love these, and they are gorgeous. And you can't beat the way that these come packaged. They make a beautiful gift. So you can see how everything is organized and delivered. It's really beautiful, nice presentation. And just a few other things to mention about IDYL. They do have free worldwide shipping, a free 30-day return policy, a 2-year warranty, and they also have one of those membership programs so you can earn points and then cash them in for money towards more products. So definitely something to look forward to. Now, some of the reasons I really like IDYL as a brand, not only do they have gorgeous, innovative designs, they've got some really unique pieces. I love the versatility, but they're also a very transparent, sustainable company. And the founder, Ornella, she founded this company with her brother and one of his friends, and their company is made up of 90% females. And I really love that. It's a story of women empowering other women, and I just think that's something we really need in this time. In addition, so IDYL is actually located in Antwerp. So that is an area, you know, very well known for diamonds and the diamond industry. We've got some classic techniques and traditions that go on there. So IDYL uses real lab-grown sustainable diamonds, but they pair it with the traditional classic techniques and the craftsmanship that you're so familiar with in historical pieces. And I absolutely love that combination because you're getting the quality, but you're getting something that's also a little bit better for the environment as well. In addition, transparency is one of the key characteristics of this brand. So they use 14 karat solid, traceable, conflict-free gold. They are all handcrafted pieces, again, in Antwerp, Belgium. And all of the lab-grown diamonds, you know, they do come with certifications and everything as well. Everything's very accessibly priced. You know, if you compare one of the diamond pieces of, you know, the exact same quality to perhaps another brand, you're going to see that the pricing here is a bit more affordable. It's more accessible. Plus the fact that we have so much versatility here, I feel like allows you to dress up and change your look without having to buy a multitude of jewelry. And that's kind of one of my goals. I love this modular kind of theme with their jewelry. So these pieces I'm wearing here today were gifted to me from IDYL back in the fall, and I've been loving them. So I definitely wanted to give an update, and I did actually get quite a few requests asking me about some of these pieces every time I kind of mix and match them on my channel. So sometimes you'll see me wearing, you know, some of the earrings mixed and matched or the necklace or so forth, and I'll pair these pieces with other things I already have to mix up my looks. And I absolutely love that possibility there. You know, it's just, it makes things a better value. You get more value per wear, in my opinion. So thank you so much to IDYL for gifting those, and again for sponsoring this portion of the video. Let's go ahead and move on to the demos and details for the Hermes lipsticks. These new lipsticks are called the Silky Lipstick Shine Sheer Color in English, or the Rouge Brillant Silky Couleur Légère. So This formula, I have to say, is actually, if it's not the same, it's almost the same as what we've been seeing in their Brilliant lipsticks that have come out in some of the limited edition collections in the past. The ones that have been in the regular bullet, it's always been a softer formula, you know, so it could break, it could smush down or melt. And so I'm very happy to see this in the slim style packaging because I think it works better with this formula. That being said, I do think that the Brilliant formula that they started with in the bullet lipstick tubes, you know, those, they've been improved upon as they've released more over the years. And I think this is sort of the culmination of that. So if you have already tried some of those in previous limited edition collections, the formula on your lips is going to feel pretty much just like that. I would say that perhaps there's a little bit more vinyl or elasticity texture to it. Some of my older ones feel a little bit thinner on the lips than these newer ones do, but they're very, very close. Again, I think it's just a question of how many times they have worked on slowly and gradually improving the formula. Each of the lipsticks has 3 grams of product. Just like their other lipsticks, these are refillable. We have a 1-year shelf life, and these are made in Italy. Now, the limited edition lipsticks are going to retail for $81 US. And again, although the packaging on that is refillable, the actual colors that come in the limited edition are limited edition. So you cannot purchase a refill of the actual limited edition shades, but you can take your limited edition packaging and purchase a refill from the regular color line. Now, I have not seen the refills available yet, but they are coming from what I've been told. Currently, I've only seen the Hermes lipsticks available at hermes.com. I'm here in the US. Now, according to the Hermes website, the 3 limited edition shades present a trio of limited edition silky lipstick shines. These vibrant colors deliver a dazzling halo of light to enhance the lips. The hues were conceived to bring out a sheer, radiant look. Beige Halo is described as a soft beige enhanced with sunny tones. And again, I'd say there's a little bit of a rosy peach hue to that, which I really love because it adds a little bit of brightness to an otherwise typical nude. So I think it's a really beautiful, classic everyday shade that can be worn on its own or as a topper. Orange Flash is a fresh, brilliant orange. And again, it's got a little bit of that neon vibe, which I think is so much fun for summer. And Rose Gelatine. This one is described as a bright pink with magenta accents. And when you layer this on, when you use one sheer layer, you really see kind of that bright pink. But when you layer it on, you see the depth of the magenta and a little bit more of that blue base to it. And I think it's a really stunning shade. So this one for me, I mean, it was just a must have for summer. I think it's definitely one that I'm going to be wearing a lot throughout the warmer months. Now, according to Hermes, the lipstick formula here, the Silky Lipstick Shine, is a new lipstick that leaves a veil of shimmering color on the lips. Gregoris, the creative director of Hermes Beauty, and you know, if you don't follow him on Instagram, that is his Instagram handle as well. And it's just at Gregoris. And he has posted some like lip swatches and so forth of all of the permanent shades. So definitely check them out there. You can see them on some different skin tones. And he has designed a palette of sensual beiges, vibrant reds, and subtle pinks. Buildable coverage lets you achieve precisely the desired intensity from a sheer gentle color to a bolder result. The melting texture of Silky Lipstick Shine envelops the lips in a veil of color, sheer, delicate, and comfortable. The coverage is light to medium, letting you adjust the intensity to suit your mood. The hybrid makeup and lip care formula contains up to 85% ingredients of natural origin to provide comfort and hydration from the moment it is applied. Formulated with vegetable oils and butters, it contains active ingredients that care for the lips naturally, hydrating and plumping raspberry leaf extract, soothing and softening sesame seed extract, nourishing and protecting Abyssinian plant oil, white mulberry. The scent, created by Hermes perfumer Christine Nagel, combines delicate arnica, sandalwood, and angelica. And I have to say, it smells just like the other lipsticks. So if you are familiar with the Hermes lipsticks, the scent smells the same to me. Now, again, these are refillable, but because this is slim style packaging, they are not going to be compatible with those from the other lipsticks in the line. So you will have to use Silky Shine lipsticks until they come out with another Slim Shine lipstick, which I have to say, I really thought the Matte Leger lipsticks would be something we'd be seeing soon in a permanent line. So I'm hoping those are coming too this year, maybe in the fall. And the reason I mentioned that is, you know, one of their limited edition shades was in the new Matte Leger formula. So we'll see, maybe that's something they're going to be testing out for a few seasons as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at these swatches one more time and move on to some comparisons. All right, so here are the shades. Again, these three are limited edition. We have Beige Halo, Orange Flash, Rose Gelatine. Then these three are permanent. We have Beige Tan, Rose Hacienda, and Rose Boisé. I absolutely love this formula because it's cushiony, it's comfortable. You know, I've talked about the Sarah Creole lip balm, you know, for months, and how cushiony and comfortable that is and how reparative it is. This feels like a slightly lighter version of those. So if you have tried one or the other, you know, and you've enjoyed them, you might be interested. So just something to know. I do find these to just be so incredibly comfortable on the lips. So one of my favorite lipsticks. Well, this is my favorite lipstick ever from Hermes. This came out last year. This is in the Brillant formula. It's number 90, Prune Noir. And let's go ahead. We'll put the new ones vertically so we don't confuse them here. But this is Prune Noir. You can see it's a beautiful purple shade here with a touch of red. And this, again, all of these new ones say Brillant on them, just like all of the ones I'm going to be comparing today. So I feel like that gives me hope that they'll bring back Prune Noir in the permanent range, which would be amazing. This is such a beautiful shade. I have to use it more sparingly because I don't have a backup. This is 84 Rouge Abyss, which is a really pretty, more burgundy red. So we do have a little bit of a purpley hue in there, similar to Prune Noir, but it's definitely going to be a warmer, more red base. This came out in the same collection. And 72 Rouge Bruni, also from that collection here. Let's squeeze this one in here. None of these shades you can see actually compare really to the ones that I purchased from the new line. But you can see that the formulas are going to be, if not the same, very close. Let's take a look at these. And these came out, I don't remember, this might have been the summer before, but this is 10 Brillant Beige Croisette. And I wanted to see how this compared to our Beige Tan. You can see it's definitely going to be more of an orangey, rusty beige. So we actually have more of a soft terracotta vibe to that one. 22 Brillant Brun Yachting. And this was such a popular shade when this came out. But again, this is going to be similar to the Beige Croisette, but it has more orange in it. It's, in my opinion, a great shade for transitioning to the fall. I love that shade for that reason. And then also from that collection, we have 6 Brillant Corail Parasol. And let's put this one up here with Beige Halo. And if you hear that scratching, that's Sadie scratching at the door. You can see this is going to be more of a true peach. And it does have shimmer, just like the Beige Halo. So that's kind of how, you know, a lot of times Hermes will do like a lighter shade and 2 deeper shades for their collections. Like here, didn't really happen so much with the Prune Noir collection, but a lot of the other ones were like that. And I have to say, actually, one of the first Brillant shades that Hermes came out with, I actually used up. So here we have 35 Brillant in Orange Capucine. Let's see how this compares to our Orange Flash. And because I have to say, this reminded me of it, but you can see that the Orange Flash has a little bit more that neon vibe to it. It's a little bit of a brighter orange, whereas the Orange Capucine has a little bit more pumpkin orange in it. 38 Brillant in Rose Nymphaea. This is such a beautiful soft pink. Let's put this one here. You can see this is going to be a cooler pink than Rose Hacienda. This is actually one of my favorites. I love this, but you can see it's definitely going to be pretty different from the ones I picked up. And this one is 5 Brillant Beige Doe, and this one is almost gone here. I'm going to put this one right up here, but you can see what happens as it gets older. Like, this is the end of my bullet here basically, but you can see how soft and pliable it becomes. So you can see Beige Doe is going to be a little bit more, it's more yellow, more golden, and it has shimmer as well. Now, I just wanted to do a few more comparisons with some lipsticks that are not in the Brillant finish. And these are just some of my favorite shades or shades that I thought might go. So we have 44 Orange Neon in the matte finish. And I really wanted to see how this one compared. You can see definitely the pigmentation's different, but again, this is going to be a bright neon orange, but you can see it's more intensely orange for sure. Really pretty shade, but they are pretty different. Also, we have the 41 Matte Rose Pop, which is a stunning neon pink. This, I think, is actually going to be pretty different. So I'm going to put this one down here. Yeah, it's pretty different from any of the pinks, but I thought it was worth comparing. You can see, though, that our new Rose Grenadine, or Gelatine, I always want to say Rose Grenadine, but Rose Gelatine has a bit more blue in the base, more magenta, and it's definitely going to be a cooler shade. This shade here is Coral Aqua 52 Satinée. And this is one of my absolute favorite summer shades. I wear it every summer, like a ton. And it's just a really beautiful coral shade. It's perfectly balanced between orange and pink. It's the perfect coral. I would love to see this in the new lipstick formula in the permanent line. We also have 43 Rose Oasis, which is a really beautiful bright pink. Let's put this one here. And I wanted to see, I was thinking maybe it might go with Rose Hacienda, but you can see this is more strawberry, whereas Rose Hacienda is definitely more watermelon. They're both going to have a warmer hue. We have 32 Satin Rose Palmette, and let's see how this one goes. This is a warm pink as well, but you can see, again, that's going to be pretty different. And 45 Rose Ombre. This is a classic. I can't believe this one has not been brought out permanently. It's a really beautiful nude shade, a slight touch of dusty rose in there, but this one you can see is going to lean warmer than something like beige tan here, but we have a similar color story to it. However, the Rose Ombre is going to be a bit deeper and a little bit warmer. And then we have 19 Satinée and Rose Bruyere. This is a favorite. It was really hard to track down originally when this came out. Let's see, where can we squeeze this? Let's put it here. And yeah, you can see it's a kind of more of like a warm tea rose. So again, it doesn't quite match up with any of these. I mean, it's good that these shades aren't matching up with the new ones I bought, but you know, it sometimes can help for comparison's sake. We have 47 Satinée Beige Sanguine, which I wanted to compare this one with Beige Tan. You can see Beige Tan is going to be a little bit deeper, more brown. It's also going to have a warmer undertone than Beige Tan, although you can see we've got more like a golden undertone to that. But on the lips, this does look cooler than a lot of the other browns from Hermes. And just one more comparison, I wanted to share the lip pencil that I paired today with the Rose Gelatine. So this is Chanel 182 Rose Framboise. And I think, you know, they're not like a perfect match, but you can see it's pretty close. I think it's a pretty close match. So if you have this lip pencil, you can get an idea of what the Hermes looks like. The Hermes has slightly more blue in it compared to the Chanel, but I think it'll give you a good idea of the shade. So if you have this, or if you have access to it at a counter so you can swatch it, you can get a general idea of this particular shade if it's one you've been thinking of. So let's just do a few more comparisons. So I'm going to re-swatch all of the Hermes, and this time we're going to take a look at some other brands. So this one here again is our Beige Halo in the limited edition. So these are all of the Hermes. We have Beige Halo, Orange Flash, Rose Gelatine, these three are limited edition. Then we have Beige Tan, Rose Hacienda, and Rose Boisé. And I wanted to first start off with the Sarah Creole. These are the Adults Are Talking lip tints, and this first shade here is Intuition. So I want to go ahead and put this one here and see that Beige Halo's pinker. This is going to be a little bit warmer and more golden, and you can see that the actual Beige Tan shade here is going to be a little bit more brown and it's cooler in tone, but they do have that shimmery quality, and the formula itself feels more similar on the lips. They both have that kind of cushy, soft texture to them. Then we have Thriving, which is going to be a nude shade here. This one does not have shimmer. You can see it's going to be warmer in tone than Beige Tan, and it has a bit more peach in it. Energetic, This is going to be a soft warm pink, and you can see that, you know, it's a little bit more of a muted rose versus the brighter watermelon pink in Rose Hacienda. And then we have Vibrance, which I'm just gonna put this one down here because it doesn't match any of these. It's a berry. The closest shade would actually be the Rose Gelatine, but they are completely different undertones. The Vibrance is much more purple. But I also want to take a look at the new Shine Bombs from Chanel. So this first one here is 752 Honey Bliss. And let's see, let's put this one up here. You can see it's going to be a bit deeper and a bit more orangey golden peach versus pinker peach for the beige halo. And this does have a little bit of shimmer in here. And this is, again, 752 Honey Bliss. 754 Tender Peach. This is going to be a soft peach shade. Now, formula-wise, the Chanel, it also has like a nice glossy finish. It's comfortable, it's soft on the lips, but this is going to be a thinner formula than the Hermes. The Hermes is just a bit more plush. Next, we have 756 in Cherry Burst. We'll put this one down here next to Vibrance because that's not going to go with anything that I picked up. 758 Blushing Pink. Let's see how that goes with Rose Hacienda. But you can see Blushing Pink is going to be a cooler tone. It's actually got a little bit of the same base notes for Rose Gelatine, but it's significantly lighter. It has a little bit less magenta, a little bit more pink, but we do have the similar amount of blue in the base. And then we have 762 Raspberry Kiss, which is, I think this one's my favorite from Chanel. And you can see how that compares to the Rose Gelatine. This is ever so slightly warmer. It's really not that much warmer, but it is going to be a bit more muted. It's not as bright. And then we have 764 Charming Lilac, which I'm going to put down here because, again, that's not going to go with any of these. So overall, this formula also I think this is a really great tinted lip balm formula from Chanel. I love the new Shine Bombs compared to their original Cocoa Bombs, but this is going to be a thinner texture than the Hermes. So that's kind of how they differ. This is a little bit firmer in the tube in comparison, and perhaps not as much product that ends up on the lips. Like this feels like a thicker, more cushy layer. And let's take a look at just a few of the new Kiss Kiss Bee Glows from Guerlain. So this is the pearly version. And this one here is 389 Pearly Peach. And I want to see how this compares. These are overall going to be significantly less pigmented than the Hermes. You can see how light that is. And this peach is really much more pink. It is closer in tone actually to Beige Halo, but I'd say it's even a bit more pink than Beige Halo. This one here is Pearly Blossom. Let's test this one down here with Rose Blasé, but you can see that, again, Rose Blasé is going to be a bit more pigmented. It's also more rosy. This one is going to be a little bit warmer. And this is 878 Pearly Dahlia, and it's going to be a bit more brown, but I did want to see how that compared to Rose Blasé. You can see we don't have as much rose in there. Again, it's lighter, but it does kind of have a little bit of a similar vibe to it. Now, keep in mind, I do have right now on my lips, this is the Rose Blasé right here. And you can see when I wear the Pearly Dahlia, it's definitely much more brown overall. Then we have 558 Pearly Peony. And let's put this over here with our Rose Hacienda. You can see tonally, they're similar. We do have a very similar shade there, but it's going to be significantly lighter. And I would say that the pink, it's a little different, but they are pretty close. Texturally, for the Guerlain bombs, they're a little bit more cushy than the Chanel, just a sort of in between the texture of the Chanel and the Hermes. There is a scent, they have like a honey scent to them. Actually, all of these are going to be fragrance except the Sarah Creole. Those are the only unfragranced ones that we looked at here today. And I have to say, you know, they all give a nice sheen to them. Texturally, the most similar to the Hermes would be the Sarah Creole, followed by the Guerlain, and then the Chanel. So I hope this has been helpful. I have to say, I absolutely love the new lipsticks. I'm so happy that they made this Brilliant formula in a new permanent line. I love the color range. It was so hard to narrow down my cart. There were so many beautiful shades. but you know, these are going to be very expensive lipsticks. So I would definitely recommend investing in shades that you know you're going to wear and use a lot. I love the fact that they are refillable. The limited edition packaging is stunning. And yeah, overall, for me, these are a total win. I can't wait to see them become available at more retailers, and I will keep the description box updated when I do see them around in other places. And again, thank you so much to Ideal for sponsoring part of today's video. And thank you so much to all of you for watching. I hope the swatches and comparisons were helpful. I'd love to know your thoughts, and please share them down below in the comments. Thanks so much for tuning in. I will see you very soon. I hope you have a wonderful day.